Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day. Today, I have some incredible news. There is free sealed on Arena's Midweek Magic event. Specifically, we are going to jump into some Avatar sealed, and we're going to hope that we open something totally awesome. If we win, we get some rares and cosmetics. Wow, we had so few rares, but what a collection of rares. What I always say in this set is you need to have really good rares in sealed, and they need to be on color. We got only 6 rares, and look at what we got. Appa Steadfast Guardian, a top bomb in the set. Wan Shitong, probably the top bomb in the set. Hadoka Selfless Commander. These are across 2 different colors, but then look at what ties it all together. Aang at the Crossroads. So if we can possibly be Bant, we are going to be. And by the way, Secret Tunnel is totally sweet if you have a Earthbending deck. So, because it is unblockable. Let's go ahead and see what cards we have. Curious Environmentals, Momo, Yip Yip, Path to Redemption, double Airbending Lesson, double Avatar Enthusiast, and Glider Staff, and we have Appa, and we have Hadoka, and Kyoshi Warriors, and Gather the White Lotus. Holy smokes, why can I not get pulls like this when I'm playing for a box? Double Gran, double Octopus Form, Water Grasp, triple Idelquentia. Then we have a Rowdy Snowballers, Tio is fine, double Waterbending Lesson is sweet, and a Wan Shitong. In black, basically nothing. Our black is horrible, which is amazing because in sealed, you don't want your good cards split across 5 colors. Now let's look at red. Firebending Lesson. Fire Nation Cadets is pretty good. Desert's Disciple is fine. Whatever, some 2 drops. Tiger Dillo, I don't know about that. Union Archers, double How to Start Right is okay. Cave of Two Lovers is great. Okay, we're okay in our red. Now what about green? Haru Hidden Talent. Double Origin of Metal Bending is nice. Shared Roots plus double Cycle of Renewal, making our splash super easy. Oh, why couldn't this be a booster box event? Holy smokes. We have a Serpent's Pass, double Messenger Hawk, Hama, and then we got some Vindictive Wardens. We got amazing dual lands. Suki Kyoshi Warrior. Aang at the Crossroads. Secret Tunnel. Earth Village Ruffians is fine. Double Vindictive Warden. Okay, we have a heck of a lot to work with. I'm just going to try to put together my best Bant deck. Let's cut to the chase. We all know we want to go Bant with these rares. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so I don't necessarily recommend playing like this, but the idea of this deck is sort of a green-blue control-y ramp with a heavy white splash. The idea of the white splash is to use Shared Roots and double Cycle of Renewal, plus tons of card advantage and card selection from Gran, double Gran, double Messenger Hawk, and Wan Shitong, and Waterbending Lesson, and etc., in order to find 2 planes with which you can cast Appa, or you can play Aang off of those. With the ramp cards, Shared Roots and Cycle of Renewal, you are ramping yourself into a Wan Shitong. We have a severe lack of 2-drops, but we have triple Quench. So that's where the control element comes in. This is really stretching a mana base. This is a huge appetite for risk. We might just draw unplayable hands. But with 7 and 7 lands and so much card selection and ramp and searching for lands, I think it's okay. So let's give it a run and see how it goes. If I win this game, I get a rare card. Okay, this is definitely a punishment. But look, we have like 7 or so outs to this situation of having 2 of our white cards and no planes. So I have faith in us to get there. I will probably just send this Sabertooth Mooselion in for a forest next turn. But I'll do it at the end of my opponent's turn. Forecasting Fortune Teller is an awesome turn 2 play from the opponent. I will take the damage. I take it. You got me. So they may be representing Idelquentia against my Messenger Hawk. Or they're just playing a card after combat. Zhong's Deserters. Oh, I think that probably should have come down pre-combat to buff your Fortune Teller. You could have gotten extra damage that way. Okay, I'll Forest Cycle. Yeah, our dual lands unfortunately didn't help us. We have 4 dual lands, but they're all either black or red. So I will play a land and play the Messenger Hawk here just to try to stay on curve. Next turn I can play Haru and I can crack my clue. Don't think... Okay, they have either Yip Yip or Octopus Form because they're holding on having only 1 blue or white land. They can't crack their clue, so it's Yip Yip or Octopus Form. We have to play around that. If I can get a white, I can play around that very nicely with Airbending Lesson. We did this mana issue to ourselves, by the way. I anticipated an attack with both because either Yip Yip or Octopus form would take me down here. Glider Kids, that's a nice one. Yeah, that's a nice one. Okay, we need to start finding white sources or threats. Maybe I should go one higher on plains, one lower on island. That's probably true. The reason that I'm on this many islands, and by the way, I'm just gonna go right ahead and waterbending lesson here. The reason I'm on this many islands is because I have so many Grands. How much do I care about having an untapped Messenger Hawk? I don't know. Appa is so bad in this situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have to discard a card anyways. Okay, I decline. And I'll pitch an island, I guess. I mean, maybe Appa is a dream that I can still live. We're going to hope to snipe them with a Wan Shi Tong and draw into some white sources with that. I'm probably too low on white. But we do have a lot of ways of drawing white. Well, we have like 6 ways of drawing white at this point, I think. Or 7. Okay, Barrels of Blasting Jelly. I'm just hoping that they don't hold up Yip Yip against, or that they don't hold up Quench against Wan Shi Tong. I do still expect that they have a Yip. All right, I'll take this. Okay, so they do have Quench mana up. That's unfortunate for us. Do I just crack my clue, freeze one of their creatures, and play Haru? In that case, I should play Haru first to not get quenched. Well, I've already played a land this turn, so I might as well crack the clue at the end of their turn. We're really looking for white. Yeah, okay, Octopus Form. So it was Octopus Form, not Yip Yip. That's what we have learned. I'll look like I'm holding up Quench just to make them have to play around it. They can crack their clue, that's fine. I am dying a slow death. I am dying a slow death here. Hopefully Wan Shi Tong can reverse that, but it does need to resolve. 1, 2, 3, 4. So even if I get another land, Wan Shi Tong would still die to barrels, which is unfortunate. But hopefully I can snap up a Glider Kids by blocking. Okay, it would be rational to also attack with the Zhongzhong's Deserters, yes. I'll take it all. They're very clearly holding up Quench, so we still have to play around Quench, unfortunately. Okay, still not a white source. Still not a white source. Well, we did this to ourselves, right? We did this to ourselves. Well, I can't play that because it's just going to get quenched. So I'll try to resolve a Wan Shi Tong later. Abandon attachments. Okay, I'll try to resolve a Wan Shi Tong right now. No, because then they can barrels it. Well, no matter what, they can barrels it. Yeah, no matter what, they can barrels it before blockers, and they would have to spend their, they would have to draw land and then spend their turn doing that. Okay, we did manage to draw Shared Roots, which is going to get us a white source, although that white source is going to take a turn to untap. They pitched a Gran. Okay, if you got a land, you can spend your turn barrelsing Wan Shi Tong, which would make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, Airbending Lesson is horrible against Glider Kids. Oh no, they were also mana screwed. Oh, that's sad for us. Maybe I should have held the Wan Shi Tong for one more turn. Just feels like we were getting to the point where I don't really have that luxury. Okay, barrels on Wan Shi Tong. Yeah, I think I did too much of an unlimited splash. Okay, I'm just going to block and take 4. Unfortunately, that got rid of my chump blocker, which is pretty annoying. Oh, I cannot even do this plus Airbending Lesson? That's really bad. That's really bad for me. Okay. Okay, I probably play... I can't play Badger Mole, or I can't get a second blocker out of Badger Mole, unfortunately. Messenger Hawk would be a fine one, but I think I really want the second planes. I really don't want Cycle of Renewal, do I? Rumble Arena, sure. Yeah. Well, now I do have double blue for Appa, but I think I've lost my ability to interact with his glider kids, and they have a lethal attack, so... Oh well, we'll just see if they attack with everything. Yeah, Ty Lee is more than you need. Alright, they got us in game 1. We flew too close to the sun. Too close to the sun. Let's tinker with our mana base a little bit. Okay, I still believe in the concept. I'm on 4 planes now, which gives me 7 white sources. That really feels like enough for this. It's not a minor splash. It's like 5 cards. The one double pip card. I mean, we got unlucky by drawing more than half of our white cards before turn 5 or whatever. Appa is probably a lot better here than it was last game because I have a Gran to start filtering, and I have a Cycle of Renewal for both white if I want it. That's the thing about Cycle of Renewal is it can fix you into double pips, which is part of why I'm willing to play this highly suspicious mana base. Okay, I'm going to swing Gran into this possible Yip. I guess I'll pitch the Forest. Could get Yipped. It did not, thank goodness. I'll play this and end. I probably am going to transmute this Sabertooth Moose Lion into a Forest at the end of their turn. Iroh, that's a good card. That's a good card. You give me the clue. Or the food, I mean, sorry. Response, I'll sack it to gain some life. And you get a 1/1. Okay. Sure. I will play... Probably... Is it Cycle into Appa? I could freak them out by attacking with Gran, but I think they would just block. Could also play Messenger Hawk. Nah, I really want to ramp and sort out my mana situation. They can get in some damage here, it's true. It is very true. They are a 3-color deck, so hopefully they're not too blistering fast. You gonna give me your 1/1 and make it 2/2? It would make sense. Why don't you give me a land? That would be cool. Okay. Give me the 1/1, make it 2/2. Sure. Iroh leads to very grindy games. Very grindy games. Okay. I'll just block with the 1/1. So to keep my number of permanents of theirs that I own count low. Raucous Audience resolves. And then before my turn, I'm going to crack a island and go get 2 planes. Planes. Draw a card. Okay. I actually don't hate that. I can attack with Gran. That's kind of nice. It 100% shows them that I have Octopus Form, but I have a lot of surprises this turn. Okay, get rid of Haru. That was good. Getting Haru off the top was really nice. Okay, I'll just Octopus Form that. Kill your guy. And then I'm holding Appa with Flash. Sounds good. Hopefully I get a nice surprise block with Appa here. It's not really a card that you play around mythic rares like that. Okay. They'll give me maybe a land. I'm not sure. They don't have an obvious thing to give me because we got rid of the 2/2. Okay. Okay, they just targeted it, but they didn't want to do it. Come on, come after me. Let's go. Do they see what I'm doing here? Are they playing around Appa? Wow, that's nutty. Well, clearly I'm just going to do this. I don't see any good reason to not do it. I guess they just saw that I had a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so probably, let's see. Badger Mole's not so great here. The extra 1/1's not so great. I don't really want Piandao to be attacking me. Is it too passive to play the Moose Lion and not even attack? If I play the Moose Lion and they like Path to Redemption it, they get in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 9. So yeah, I'd better sit back for one more turn. P and Dow would still get to attack if they Path to Redemption the Moose Lion, but... Oh, okay, no. I thought they were fixed, but that's not fixing. They already had green. Glider Staff, yep, that's basically Path to Redemption. Oh, not really, because I get a 1/1 when I recast that. I don't hate it at all. They do get to make P and Dow fly, but I have a reach creature. The fact that that was their answer to the Moose Lion gives me a lot of hope. Okay, you can give me something. Are you going to start giving me lands? I honestly wouldn't hate it. You're giving me Glider Staff? No, okay. I keep thinking that their targeting is like actually doing something. Yeah, this card's... If you get to start attacking with it, it's good. So it got you an Avatar Enthusiast. Very lovely of you. Okay. My go? Cave of Two Lovers. Wow. Yeah, because they can tap for 2. Wow. No, that's nutty. That's amazing. All right. Do I play Gran here? I feel like I want to play Waterbending Lesson. This is all so mana inefficient. It really hurts me. I can play Messenger Hawk but not crack the clue. I can play Gran and nothing else. I can play Waterbending Lesson and nothing else. It's just so bad. Hold on. Gran, if I had another lesson in the bin, would make Waterbending Lesson only cost 3, but... Okay. I'll just do this, I guess. I do not want to pay 2, and I think I'll just throw away the island. Do I? Maybe I throw away Quench at this point. I don't think I'm going to be nabbing a lot with Quench. Quench does only cost 1, though. That's kind of sweet. I think I want the land. Lands are really good for me here. I definitely want Airbending Lesson. Airbending Lesson is awesome. They can start making a huge army with Iroh. They can start giving me 1/1s and making 2/2s at this point. Earthbend 3, you're representing a 2/2. You can make Piandao fly, which is pretty annoying. I'm not sure that I can basically ever push damage. Well, probably I can, right? Piandao's first strike is pretty frustrating from that perspective. Okay, they don't have an answer to Moose Lion this time, so that's good news. That is good news. All right, and now they're going to give me something and make a 1/1 or make a 2/2 and make Avatar Enthusiast a little bit bigger. It's not looking great for me. It is not looking great for me. All right, I will drop Gran. She's going to make Airbending Lesson cost only 2 mana. Play my land. Play a Messenger Hawk. So first, I guess, I will attack with Appa. Get in for a solid 3 damage there. Play a Messenger Hawk. Holding up Airbending Lesson for 2. Holding up Cracking a Clue. And go ahead and pass. What a game. This is kind of sweet. So they can't really Glider Staff unless they get to kill my... Unless they somehow kill my Moose Lion. I guess attacking with Appa was a little bit bold, because now they can just like attack with everything, perhaps. I wonder if they're going to put the Glider Staff on... Oh, Avatar Enthusiasts. Okay, interesting. I'll let that resolve. Now, before you go to attacks, I think I'm going to flicker your Combustion Man. I'll let you have Piandao, but I'm going to flicker your Combustion Man before attacks. Draw a card. Unfortunately, I'm missing a land to then also draw another card. I don't think they have good attacks. I don't think so. Oh, horrible mistapping. Oh, that's terrible. Why did I let Arena figure out those taps? Oh, that's so bad. No way did I need all of that blue, did I? Maybe I actually did. Maybe I actually did. Okay, so you have a Yip Yip, is what you're telling me? Well, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't just play around Yip Yip forever. Oh, Invasion Reinforcements. Yeah, that's an interesting... I didn't think about that. Okay. Well, that's the last time that that can happen to me, but now they can put the glider staff on anything. Wow, what a game. What a game. Recast Combustion Man. Can I get Wan Shi Tong, Aang at the Crossroads, any of my good stuff? I mean, I've found plenty of good stuff, not to moan too much. Okay, that's not good stuff at all. Crack this. Not tapping a blue this time, thankfully. Okay, Wan Shi Tong, that's a good one. Play a land. So I can Wan Shi Tong for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I want to do that? Do I want to play Badger Mole, hold up, quench, take damage for 1 turn, and then Wan Shi Tong for even more? I think Wan Shi Tong for 6, making a 7/7 is going to be pretty good for me here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, making a 6/6, but I can double block with Messenger Hawk. They'll probably destroy Appa. Whoops. Sorry for the ring. They'll probably destroy Appa. I'm sure they'll destroy Appa. I'll actually just take the damage if they try to destroy Appa, because then it can block a 3/3. So I think taking 5 is okay. Kyoshi Warriors. Yeah. That happens. And then I assume you attack with everything. That's my guess. I don't really see why you would not. I'm probably just going to do a lot of chump blocking. I think we have a good shot here. Wan Shi Tong is just such a good card. I think we have a nice shot. I don't think I wait to untap all of this and make an even bigger Wan Shi Tong. I think we strike while we can. So let's see the attack. Oh, just Combustion Man. No. They're thinking. But it's not going to be an attack with all. That's good news. I think they probably should attack with all. That's the attack I'm most afraid of here, which is why I think they probably should. I assume you target Appa. Appa is worth more than 4 damage to me, so more than 5 damage to me, I think. So you got a captives. Okay, let's just calculate this concretely. So let's start by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's play Wan Shi Tong for 5. As a starting point, just as a starting point, making a 6/6. If Appa dies, is it going to hold back? How much damage is it even going to hold back if it survives? Okay, you get to draw 2. And then I'm very concerned about going too low on life. Horrible draw, by the way. Horrible draw. Wow, this got so complicated. I have a lot of blockers, actually, so I think I'll just take the 5. I have a lot of blockers. All right, block, and just chump block that guy. If I could have played Wan Shi Tong for 1 less, it might have been worth it. I wish I could have waited and played Wan Shi Tong for a little more, obviously. But yeah, to counter this Rebellious Captives, but I couldn't have, because then Combustion Man would have killed Wan Shi Tong, and Wan Shi Tong is essential for me. So now I do have counterplay by attacking with Appa. It does not have Vigilance, unfortunately, but Wan Shi Tong does. So I just need to do some calculation, and if I can survive the counterattack, Wan Shi Tong plus Appa puts him on a 2-turn clock. Oh, but no, because they get to put a Glider Staff on something that would be a blocker here. Gran is legendary, so that's an atrocious draw. Atrocious draw. So let's start with a Badger Mole. Wow, I mean, just what a set of blank draws. Terrible for me. I'll make this a 2/2. Oh no, not that one, because it comes back under their control. A blunder. Okay, I guess I attack with Gran to try to find something good, and then I'm going to play my other Gran. Oh, horrible. I also was supposed to attack with Wan Shi Tong there, so that's a blunder. For sure, that is a blunder. Yep, my bad. Okay. Bonk you for 1 damage. Play an island. Play a Gran. I can cycle. Wow, I can't believe I didn't attack with Wan Shi Tong. That made no sense. I don't know why I didn't do that. I played that whole turn completely wrong. I was not supposed to put that on the mountain. And I was supposed to attack with Wan Shi Tong. I just kind of wrote it in my memory that I couldn't attack with Wan Shi Tong. But of course I can. So there was no reason for that. Well, Aang at the Crossroads would still be pretty sweet, I think. I have my own glider staff, so I can blink their 5/5. They're going to make it 6/6, though, in a moment. Toph, wow. So you get to just make land creatures. It's pretty good. Yeah, Iroh Tea-Master is one of the grindiest cards that they've printed in a recent set. One of the board stallingest cards that they've printed, for sure. For sure. So Wan Shi Tong also has Trample, by the way. Oh, I didn't even think that I could... No, I can't. Okay, I did think about it, and I realized why, and then I overrode it in my mind. Could not quench the Toph. You cannot give this any surprise counters. What they should do now is re-equip the glider staff to the 5/5 so that I can't just start attacking with Wan Shi Tong like I should have done last turn. Last turn, I should have gotten 6 damage with Wan Shi Tong, which would plausibly change this match. So I'll go ahead and sack a land. I think they should have re-equipped the glider staff. Oh, I have a lot of goodies in here. I have a lot of goodies. Let's try to draw some of those, shall we? Let's try to draw some of those good cards, please. Come on. Come on. It's been enough fixing and lands and blah, 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 and whatever. Let's try to draw some good stuff here. I'm surprised they did not make another creature. Okay, play Aang. Aang is a nice one. I assume if they attack with everything, I'm like basically dead, but still. I'm definitely going to go ahead and crack that clue. See if I can get something nice. Double quench. Not relevant. Not relevant. Okay, in with Wan Shi Tong. Correcting my mistakes from last time. I don't really see that they can block it here. I should have them at 6. It's so sad. Or at 5. So sad. So sad. Well, they can't play anything, I don't think. Yeah, they extra can't play anything. Are they going to put the glider staff on the bigger creature now? Well, first they should go to combat. Give me something ridiculous. And then put the glider staff on something else, right? On something bigger. They tapped the card that they put the glider staff on? Hold on a moment. Okay, maybe I'm dead to this attack. But if not, maybe I'm dead to this attack. I don't think so. And if not, don't I just have a lethal counterattack now? Maybe they've calculated it and I'm just dead to this attack, but I don't think that's true. I'm representing more than 11 damage in the air. Right? And they've just tapped out, and their only flying blocker is tap down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 attackers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blockers. I'm fairly sure I can save Wan Shi Tong is 6, Appa, and Aang. I just need those to not die, right? I just need those 3 to not die. Other than that, everything can get sacked. Okay, next, in, and in. Am I missing something? Okay, I really think I was supposed to lose that one. I think a little more judicious application of the glider staff and I would not have had counterplay. My deck is a little bit suspicious for my taste. I think let's go back to the drawing board and see what we can do. That game could have been dispatched a little bit faster. So, Case of the Crimson Pulse, very nice. I'm just going to I'm going to try one more build, and I'll show you what I come up with. Okay, the deck gets way better when you don't meme around and splash unlimitedly and try to squeeze Aang in. This looks like a pretty awesome blue-white tempo deck. The curve looks a little bit awkward, but if you combine the Momo Grands and the triple It'll Quench, I think I have plenty to do on turn 2. Airbending Lesson is not a creature, but this looks like, I'm doing tons of tempo, playing to the board, culminating in Op plus Wan Shi Tong, which is 2 mythics, more than enough to win. I think if you were really trying to maximize wins, we should not have been playing Aang at all, but we were also trying to maximize fun. So let's try this blue-white tempo deck. I think this is going to be pretty awesome, and let's see if we can grab a cosmetic in the next game. All right, let's go. Let's make it happen. Whoa, the double Quench into Hadoka. Kind of cool. Quench does have diminishing returns. I find them getting stuck in my hand a lot. But I think the exception is if you're in a controlling enough deck where the plan really is turn 2 I'm going to Quench and turn 3 I'm probably going to Quench. But yeah, when a deck has 2, or especially if it has 3 Quenches, I really do find they start just getting stuck in my hand and just wilting there. All right, opponent's on black. That's all well and good for me. Rip out of Plains and say go. Will they play around the Quench? Will they play a Merchant of Many Hats that I don't want to Quench? We'll see. Will they have a Quench of their own? That would be exciting. Abandon Attachments. I'm just going to Quench that. I'm in a quenching mood. I have another Quench. I have a whole other Quench where that came from. Okay, it is Avatar Enthusiast, though, over holding up Quench. But this is what I mean. Like, you play Avatar Enthusiast. Next turn, I play Hadoka. The turn after that, I have something else to do. And the next thing you know it, they have 6 lands, and they're playing cards that cost maximum 4 mana. Okay, so I can try to eat that, but why don't I just play this first? And then attack with Avatar Enthusiasts. I could have attacked with Avatar Enthusiasts, tried to eat the North Pole Patrol with Octopus Form, held up Quench, and then hoped to draw land so that I could play Hadoka, but it's a little bit like, would I even maybe I would rather not have spent the Octopus Form then, so that when they're about to sold out this right now, I would have the Octopus Form up for it. Oh, it's not even a sold out. It's just a War Balloon. Okay. So now I get to cover it with Octopus Form plus Quench. That's pretty sweet. So you put a fire counter on it, and if it has 3 or more fire counters, it becomes a creature, but the crew is 3, so it doesn't affect the board right now. You cannot waterbend 3 and tap to tap a creature I control. And Hadoka has Vigilance. All right. So, okay, just an island on top. I don't even think I play the Avatar Enthusiast. I feel pretty good just holding up Quench and Octopus Form. Let's see. Next turn, they can turn this into an artifact creature. So actually, maybe I made a mistake. No, I kind of like holding up Quench. I feel way ahead on the board. You can turn this into an artifact creature, but if that's your turn, then like, what are you doing about Hadoka? And if they have some awesome 5-mana spell, like, I don't know, Lost Days or something, I'm going to be really happy to have Quench up. Sold out. Yeah, so for sold out, I'm going to use the Octopus Form rather than the Quench. Quench is a little bit more flexible, I think. Yeah, so this is looking really good. And once again, let me say it one more time. This is why I do not like sold out very much. They just traded 4 mana for 1 mana, and they didn't even affect the board. They're still in a losing position. Not lost, mind you. They could definitely win, but a position that is still just as losing as it was a moment ago. After trading 4 mana for 1 mana. So sold out, that is a, in my view, overrated removal spell. When you're playing it, it's often your whole turn. You're behind because you're not playing to the board that turn, and you are really needing it to resolve. And there's just several different ways in the set of making that not happen. Octopus form being the main one. I wish that this one were on top, but okay. I think I'll just play the Avatar Enthusiast right now. If they activate their War Balloon, that's going to be okay for me because I'm about to get in 7 damage. I will hold this island back because I know I'm not drawing an island next turn. Or I know I'm not drawing a land next turn. And I would like to not have Wan Shi Tong get killed by a corrupt court official. That would be disheartening. So in with these two, put you to 4. If you spend your turn making a War Balloon, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Hama, so you can play a Octopus form. You're going to get rid of my Path to Redemption. Okay, so you actually can play Path to Redemption. Oh, of course I have an ally on top. Of course. Okay, you can Path to Redemption. Probably the Avatar Enthusiast is what you want to Path to Redemption, because Hadoka, I can always just sack it for value. And it has a static ability. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think you should have... Oh, it can't activate its abilities, so I could have done it right now. No. It can activate its abilities, yep. So if I have an ally, you're in a really rough spot here, and I do. Unfortunately, Wan Shi Tong is not an ally. But yeah, Hadoka is a very awkward card to be pathing. I would definitely path Avatar Enthusiast in that situation. Unless you're in a spot to immediately exile the Hadoka. Sorry, Hakoda. Sorry, it's been Hakoda this whole time, my bad. All right, go to my turn. Ooh, Gran on top. Don't mind if I do. Let's get some counters. Can I actually push lethal here? Yep, I can. It's a funny little line. Play the Gran, get a counter on both Enthusiasts. Now I have a 5/5 and a 3/3. And then, sorry, Gran, I'm replacing you with Gran. So I play another legendary Gran, get a 6/6 and a 4/4. They can only block 1. And it's GG. If you enjoyed this video, I do post a new draft video every single day. This is a Magic improvement channel where I try to explain my thinking very thoroughly. I don't skip any drafts that go badly. Usually I'm pretty open with all of my experiences and my growth. I put a lot of mistakes on my channel, but I always try to learn from them. And I do post a new draft video every single day. So if you enjoyed this, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would love to see what cosmetic I just got. I would love to see my cosmetic. Let's go. I try to keep a positive attitude and try to learn from my games, learn from my mistakes, always be better tomorrow than I was today. And we got a... This does not look like a cosmetic. Oh! That was only 1 win? This whole time I thought I had 2 wins. Okay, well, I thought I was wrapping things up. No, I was 1-1 that whole time. The interface looks really different from the draft interface. All right, well, that was a false sense of completion. On to game 3. I guess I can keep this. It's a very suspicious hand. It's a very suspicious hand. There's a decent chance I just draw a Quench. Wow, my mind is reeling. I thought I was just in the clear. I thought I had a cosmetic until I saw that card. Okay, so my opponent thinks I just brilliantly played around their Quench by holding back my Gran. Just kidding. This was the first turn when they could have quenched. But yeah, Gran is a pretty nice draw, I think. Okay, my opponent's set up with Jeskai mana. Invasion Submersible on my Gran. That is annoying. Airbending Lesson is not so good against Invasion Submersible. I will play Hakoda. It's, you know, they don't have Quench right now. Next turn I can play Gran and Kyoshi Warriors. I don't have Octopus form or anything, so it's a little awkward with the Hakoda, but always happy to have a Hakoda. I can't believe I thought the whole event was over. The way that they like move the tracker on the Midweek Magic wins really looks like, to me, it looked like I was already at 2 wins. But what they were saying was not that I was at 2 wins, it's that I was at game 2 out of, or like I was on the game that would be my second win, if you know what I mean. Really, really kind of mind-bending way to do it. But okay, I'm going to go in for 3. But it was my mistake. Okay, play Kyoshi Warriors, which is I think a very nice one on this board, and Gran. And end. So I can get into a complicated combat here and sack Hakoda if I want, but I probably don't want. Tio, hello Tio. Don't mind that at all. I don't think this card is very good, and I'm about to demonstrate why. Well, I could path it, and it actually wouldn't even get the triggers, right? Yeah, I think I'll just do this. And then if they play another flyer, there's no flyer in this set that has haste as far as I can think of. Yeah, let's just attack with Hakoda. This is a very obvious something. Like, I think they should just take this or chump. But the double block is really bad here. They're playing this correctly to my mind. So good for them. If they play a flyer, then I have a turn to path their TO. Path, you can exile the creature. Oh, that's a nice one. Okay, well, I actually think I will Boomerang Basics it. I actually think they have a quench. I have them red for a quench here, so I'll let them quench this instead of quenching my Gather. Rather have the Gather resolve. I've read them for a quench since turn 2, so this is my strong suspicion that they have a quench here. So Boomerang Basics on TO is okay, but I don't think they can recast it this turn, especially not if they quench. Okay, now they get to replay it. The reason I do this is I draw a card instead of them drawing a card, right? Boomerang Basics, I'm kind of cycling my Boomerang Basics, and they can spend their turn recasting TO if they want. Oh, maybe it was a giant koi this whole time and not even a quench. Well, let's see if they play TO. Okay, so again, I don't think TO is a very good one. And what I'm going to do here is probably... Oh, Yip Yip is totally sweet. First, let's attack with Hakoda. And probably Kyoshi Warriors? Do I also attack with Kyoshi Warriors? And Gran Gran? Could be, honestly. Do I just offer like a huge trade? If I attack with Gran Gran, I'm going to draw Waterbending Lesson and probably discard Gather, play the Waterbending Lesson, and I have Yip Yip up. That sounds awesome. Yeah, it sounds awesome. Let's go in like this. I will discard Gather, I think, is the weakest link. Oh, I can play an Avatar Enthusiast off the top. That's sweet. Okay, block, block, and block. I assume TO is going to block Hakoda. So this is fine. This is fine. I don't even know if I'm going to Waterbending Lesson here. I think I'll just Yip Yip on Gran Gran. I will deal 3 to the Submersible, 3 to the Warriors, 3 to you. Then I think I'll just rip this off the top. I could Watery Grasp TO, but why not just do that next turn? Ripping that off the top is pretty... Ripping the Avatar Enthusiast off the top is pretty good. Maybe it was actually better to Waterbending Lesson, but I don't think so, because I would have had to discard. Yep, and there's no point in Watery Grasping the TO. Hopefully I can organize a situation where I get them pretty low, and then I Appa as some surprise extra damage, like end of their turn, play a 3/4 flyer. Appa is an ally, so it can activate the Avatar Enthusiast. It would be nice to Waterbending Lesson when my Gran Gran is untapped, because Gran Gran goes so nicely with Waterbend. Quench is really good here, by the way. Quench is really good here. Also, if I can get Waterbending Lesson in the bin, then Quench only costs 1 mana, thanks to Gran Gran. So let's see what this is. They have something here. They wouldn't have attacked otherwise, yeah. Yep. Okay. Counter on TO, counter on the 3/4 probably. Making a 4/5. Just guessing. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with Waterbending Lesson. Yeah, especially with the planes on top. I will start with Waterbending Lesson. This makes Quench cost 1 mana. So I really want to get a blue here. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3. Oh, no way. Okay, tap and tap in that case. Draw an island, please, so that I can Watery Grasp. Yes, thank you. Okay, that was a good draw. I just needed an island anywhere in the top 4. Now I can Watery Grasp TO. And I guess. I don't really want to show them that I don't have a Yip Yip by attacking with Hakoda and then doing nothing when they block with the Earth Kingdom Soldier. I mean, they could have double blocked also. That's really bad. So that's an even better reason. Oh, you're Quench immune. You're reading that I have Quench? Hopefully they just think that I have octopus form here. Hopefully they just thought that was an octopus form. Because to know that it's quench, you have to put together that Gran is giving it a discount. And yeah, I think that was tricky enough to get around them there. Okay, so now I think maybe I want to play Appa, recast the Gran, making my Avatar Enthusiast a 4/4. Even more than a 4/4, it's going to be like a 5/5 or something chunky. Let's just do that. Yeah. I think I tap 1, 2, 3, 4 for Appa. Everything costs blue. I will put a counter. I will airbend Gran. Counter on the enthusiasts. Recast Gran. I get Gran, which is an ally, and I make an ally, which makes the Avatar Enthusiast a 5/5. And then I attack with the Avatar Enthusiast, and probably also attack with Hakoda. Might also attack with the 1/1, to be honest. No, because that gives them a block like 2/2 on the 5/5, 3/4 on the 1/1. I don't like that very much. So I'll go in with these two. Yep, that's exactly what I expected. So Hakoda is going down. Oh, I kind of 2-for-1 my own Hakoda. Maybe that wasn't so great. Yeah, that was not my best play. Well, at least I get rid of this annoying Earth Kingdom soldier. But yeah, that was not my best. 2-for-1 in my own Hakoda. Probably shouldn't have done it that way. Well, let's just shuffle in. Okay, we won. Yeah, I mean, it probably didn't matter at that point. Unless I had, like, there's no board wipe in those colors. Okay, see that spiel from earlier. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and subscribe. I do post a new draft every single day. Let's look at what cosmetic we got. A Fatal Fissure. Hey, we might actually use that. Maybe in a sealed deck. Very good. Cool. Have tons of fun playing Magic, everyone, and don't be afraid to splash.